Welcome to another Alpha Audio workshop. This time we're gonna assemble the Class D Nilai 500 DIY kit made by Hypex. And Hypex was kind enough to send it to us. We also have the preamp. We'll do that within a week, I think. In this DIY kit, they even included a manual. So yeah, well, this one is not really gonna be hard. But we'll show you anyway how to assemble it. It's new for us. We just got it in, and well, last week, but it was Christmas, so we didn't assemble it in our during our holidays. But as you can see, well, they pretty much described everything. So I guess this is not really gonna be very hard at all. We first thought that the casing was not in here, but it's actually on the sides, as you can see. Part of it. And I guess this is the other part of it. Yeah. And then there must be... This is really clever because it reinforces the box, and they actually used all the space available in this box. I mean, there are a lot of parts in here. Yeah. I guess that's the back terminal then. Funny. The previous ones were narrow but long, and this one is actually wide. It's 43 centimeters, I think. Oh, that's really clever. So I guess the base of the amplifier is on the bottom then. And they included all the parts, of course, and they gave it all separate boxes, and they numbered it, I think. That's what I saw in the manual. So we need to get out all the parts, well, all of it. It's not a lot. Yeah, that's the top and the bottom. Just like the previous one, you can see it's all pre-drilled. They created all the holes that are needed to assemble all the components. You do need a fair amount of space, but it looks really nice. The production quality is actually really high. Well, as you can see, the power supply, this is the power supply, is the largest part in the box, and this is the PS500 DIY. It's made by Hypex, and well, it's a new design as far as I can tell. It's really nice. Then there is, well, there are two power amplifier modules. Pretty cool. I like the designs. Loads of caps in there. And yeah, this is for the speaker. Then you need an input somewhere. That's in here. WIMA. Very nice components. Good quality. Nice shiny metal. Not that anyone's gonna notice it once it's built in. Oh, there's actually some logic beneath it. Probably they cool it with this. Yeah, so that's one. Input terminals. An extra one. Then there's of course the IEC with some fuses and all the speaker outputs, the feed, power switch. Oh, they even included an Allen key and some extra Allen keys. And the wiring, well, then you don't need any of that stuff I brought with me. They start with the casing, of course. Yeah. It's a little bit annoying to get the feet in, but patience. It's not hard. It's just that you need. It's just that you need to find the right place. Well, we finished one side. Now it's back to the other side. So we need this part and of course the feet like that. Like I said, you need to find the right spot, but once you get the hang of it, it's fine. Well, you get the hang of it after one or two, so. Like you can see here, there's a marker. I guess that's that one. Now we need the front pieces. I know this one will click into it. And we need these washers, and we need, as you can see, this one on the screen. You need a washer in this piece, so that's 1 and 2, and I guess we need the black screws, yeah, the MC3s, okay. Okay, like this, all right. And you need the bigger Allen key, and be sure that you have this part in front. So pay attention to the shape of it. Okay, now we need to, we just did this part. Now we need the amplifier modules and power supply stuff. Okay, first we need to do the power supply. And I need to do it like this. Where is that thingy? See? This is one of the orientation markers. That's fun that they thought of that. Okay, I need to put it like this. As you can see in the book, this is the orientation marker, and you can put it in between because there are actually no holes to the side. So I need to do it like this. Now I need to find which screws I need. The black ones. No. Yeah. Okay. So now I need the black screws. I can keep it like this and just I like the fact that they actually included all the material. Everything is in there. Even the tools for building it. It's pretty cool. They didn't need to do that, but they take away such a painful experience if you don't have the right tool to build it, that you need to go to the shop, get your tools. I mean, we have everything in the office, but not all people have all tools. I think it's awesome. Okay, that's the power supply. Then jumper 200. You can set the gain on this amplifier module. I mean, this is probably next. You can set the gain to medium, high or low, and now it's medium. I think medium will be fine for testing purposes for us. We have a decent preamp, and of course we have their preamp to test it with. So we'll leave it on medium now. And of course they need to be here and here. Now let's see, they put it like this and like this. So the caps, oh no, sorry, and like this. So the caps are to the left side if you look in front of it. 4 screws, probably the same. So let's get started. That shiny bottom. They didn't need to do that, but they did. I'm not sure how much more expensive the shiny bottom is actually. I don't think the OEM module will have chrome on it, but it looks cool. Anyone who built a PC or something like that probably knows how to find all the screw holes. There it is. The chrome actually makes it a little bit harder to find it because it's so shiny. You think you're looking through something. This is starting to look like an amplifier actually. Back panel. See, there we go. That's of course not this one, but this one. And I guess the back panel is this side of the amplifier because that's closest to the amplifier module, so the wiring will be shorter. That's what I would do actually. Yeah, they first mount everything on the back panel and then they let you mount it. Okay, these are well known to us. They say you need to get this off. So you need to dismount all this. And then you put them in the back panel. Okay. That's fine with me, Mr. Hypex. And another one. There is a small piece of plastic there. And you can feel, because there's also pieces here, you can actually choose your own way of mounting this. It's pretty friendly. I'll just put it up. I think that's the best way to do it. And then there's right and there's left, both orientated the same way. Makes it intuitive. You can do it your own way. I hardly use spades at all, so for me it's not really important to have that piece of the terminal orientated perfectly for me. But I can imagine mounting it for us is a lot easier than putting it down, because we have a very low piece of audio furniture and it makes it hard to attach cables with spades. Okay. Don't over tighten. This is fine. Yeah. Well, that's the first piece of the back panel. Now we need to connect this cable. Okay. Okay. Very nicely done. No bare wires, just even this is treated. Okay, that's really tight, nice. And this one. Now I'm really curious how this performs in comparison to the Eigentakt modules. I mean, that was a huge jump in Class D performance, I think. And I still own the stereo version of the Eigentakt. And Hypex says, well, you can compare it, no problem. So they're pretty confident that it will compete. Okay, now we need to connect these. This is the single module. Or is it this one? Yeah. Oh, it's easy. See, this is the module with all this attached, and this is the single module. No problem. And then we need some screws, of course, and a Phillips screwdriver. No, Allen. Or hex. This is actually hex. As you can see, you don't need a soldering iron at all. It's all screw in, and it's all pretty easy up to now. Well, I don't think it will be any harder anytime soon. So this is the first XLR input. It's XLR only, and we know that from Hypex actually. And this is the LED switch. Wow, that's really nicely done. With the previous model, it was at the bottom. It was a very tiny switch no one could ever find. And a trigger input. Nice. So you can trigger your power amp with your preamp, probably, I hope. And not only with their own preamp. I just got off the phone with a friend of mine in the industry, and I told him that I love my ADCs, but there's only one drawback, and that it's always powered on. There's a switch on the back, you can turn it off, of course, but it's really inconvenient to turn it off, because I mean, I have a family at home that needs to use the stereo as well, and they can't normally switch on and off the system now. They need to get to the back of the loudspeaker and switch it off. The ATC is class AB, so it draws a significant amount of energy even if it's doing nothing. I mean, it's not class A, but it's still, I think, 40 watts each at least. Now this class D amp, when it's doing nothing, it hardly uses any energy. And nowadays, with the extreme prices of energy, that's very convenient and important. Also for the environment, of course, because if all systems that are doing nothing just use nothing, we would use a lot less energy. Now, we finished our back panel. It looks pretty tight. And now we need to do the IEC socket. So we have a switch and a IEC input. So this is the switch. Feels nice. You can just push it in. That was easy, no drama. And we have the IEC input with the fuse box. As you can see, there is a fuse and you have a spare fuse. And you can put the spare fuse in here and the normal fuse in here. Push it in like this. Oh, of course. This is not the spare one, this is the spare one. Makes sense. And you push it in like this. And now it's fused. So we push it in here. The ground wire is up. That's in. Easy. And the LED can be on medium for me. If we look at the back, there are a couple of wires. I guess the switch will switch the live wire. Yeah. There's a brown wire, there's a blue wire, and there's a yellow-green wire. Oh. That's the stock colors for wiring electricity, at least in Europe. This is ground, this is brown, and this is blue and brown. Just use your common sense. Blue is up here, okay. Brown and blue. Brown, blue. Then we have the ground up here and we need to attach it to, I guess it's over here. Then there's a brown to here. This switches the live wire so current can go through. This goes to the back. And we first need some black screws and washers. Come on, get on there. You need to get on here. Come on. Washer, get on. Yeah. That's 3. Let's do the first one. Don't tighten it yet, because I need to do some extra washers. This is weird. Come on. This is wrong. Wow. Not yet. I need to de-tighten this a little bit. And see how it fits then. Yeah, there we go. There was too much tension on there. Okay, so if your backplate doesn't fit, untighten the feet and it will fit. It's often with these builds, you need to release some stress somewhere and then it just all fits, because it's so, the tolerances are so tight. It's starting to look like an amplifier. That's pretty cool. I like it. Okay. And now we can tighten the feet again. So, just like that. Just like that, and just like that. Okay. That was the back plate. Looks great. Cool. This needs to be on here. That's the main power to the main board, of course. These need to be on the power amp. See, like this. It's a pretty clean build. The cables are very, very tight. I like that. But where is our screw for the ground wire? Oh, it's the black one. Ah. Okay. Yeah. That's the black wire. Okay, I hope you can see this. Is it visible? It's over there. And I need, now this is really important for safety, so please don't screw this up. You need to tighten this very well. But you need this one with the tough one. I don't know, the ring with the structure on it. Structure. You need the ring with, you know, which will grip the bolt. I'll just hold this. That's better. It's a hex key. And the reason they use that ring is that it will tighten itself. So that's tight. Cool. And now there should be plus and minus. Yeah. This is plus, this is minus. So the minus needs the black wire and the other one needs the white wire. This one. Oh, okay. white and black. Okay, we've when we started Alpha Audio, Class D was pretty new. Alpha Audio started in 2006 approximately, and in 2006 Class D existed but wasn't really popular. Mostly because a lot of people believed what other people said about being digital. Well, Class D isn't digital. It's a pulse width modulation technology, which isn't digital. And Class D is in fact an analog technology. But it wasn't as good as it is now, because the switching frequency of Class D went up significantly in the past 16, 17 years. And the higher the switching frequency, the better the performance. In most cases, not always, but it has to do with filtering. But in the early days, the filtering was a huge pain in the ass, because you need to filter out all the high frequency noise and the carrier frequency, which is now around 500 or 600 kilohertz. Otherwise, it sounds horrible, and you can even damage equipment if you don't. But in the early days, the filtering was dependent on the frequency. So there was well, Class D didn't sound as good as it did now. Let's keep it that way. It wasn't linear at all. But now, well, you know, with Hypex Encore was a huge improvement. Eigentakt again, and now we have Nilai. And I'm really curious about how they improved upon Encore, which was more of a tweak on the previous one. You have UCD, yeah, Universal Class D. I think it was Hypex UCD technology. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is a long one. I think we need this one. Is it a small? Yeah, it's a small one. Jumper one, and then you have the big one. Which is this? That's actually this one. No. Do I need to get it in there? That's impossible, man. It's this one. Yeah. This is the LED. And we need to route it to the front. Don't need to put it in yet. Then we need the wide one. This one. And that needs to be there. Oh, like this then. Yeah. Okay. That should be in here. Okay. Like this. Okay, hope you can see all that stuff. Then we have two, is it these? Yeah. And I think it's signal from the XLR inputs. This is signal from the XLRs, yes. Yeah, should be like this, come on. Okay, there you go. And there you go. Wow, it's really nicely wired. It looks so clean. Wow, really good. And then we need this one and this one. Oh, they want us to twist it. See? This should be twisted. That's because it's power. Okay, makes sense. makes sense. Okay. And these should be in here. Okay. So first plug it in and then plug it in. You're my plug-in, baby. Then twist it a little bit. And let's see. Yep. It's not good enough. Like this. Okay. And then in here. Power to the people. Does it? Wow, that's really short. Whew, that's really short. Okay. Just made it. Okay. Now we need the final one. Oh, you don't need this one. Whew, lucky me. Because I almost thought they made a mistake in the design. Now we need to have the front panel LED, and it should be somewhere. Well, I just found my LED. It's this one. I just found my LED. I didn't read because I'm pretty sure. Let me see if it's in the booklet to take it off. They don't really say to take it off. Nope, never, ever. So, you need to take this off. So, I know now why. Let's see, you need to take the LED off and then plug this cable in, and then this LED fits right into here. Looks awesome. Oh, you can even control it. That's cool. Okay. Now I need to know which screws I need to use for this. These, yeah. It's a small hex. Yeah, these fit. One thing they could do to improve even on this, I mean it's really well documented, is to make bags with screws, number the bags so that you know which number you need for a certain step, if that's clear what I just said. Okay, we have our LED in, and as you can see it even has a push button on the front. We'll see what it does in the review. Now it's time to mount the top plate and see what that does. As you can see, it's a slide system. Hope you can see it. It has a groove around here and it should fit right into the top. Yeah. Push it a little bit. Help the wiring a little bit. And there we go. That looks awesome. It's the beauty of Class D. I mean, it's so efficient that you can make a very compact amplifier with a lot of power. Put the front plate on, and now it's heavy. A little bit heavy. Put it on the side and put this little screw in there to keep the front from falling off if you ever want to move it. Well, there we have it, a Nilai 500 DIY Class D amplifier, and I like it. Looks great. Well, you can expect a review on Alpha Audio very soon. Thank you for watching and see you next time.